Hello, good morning friends. Myself Dr. Nanda Kumar Lakshman Kadam, Head Department of Accountancy, Jaisingpur College, Jaisingpur. Today we will discuss in this session funds flow statement. This is the part of the unit 3 of the subject Advanced Accountancy paper 3, the BCom part 3. What is the meaning of funds flow statement? What is the meaning of funds flow statement? There are three meanings. One is in broader sense, it includes all resources used in the business. It means funds means all resources. Okay. Narrow sense, it includes only the cash resources. In broader sense, it includes all resources, all assets. And in the narrow sense, it includes only the cash. And at intermediate sense, it includes only the working capital. It means at intermediate sense, it means working capital, that is excess of current assets over current liabilities. In today's discussion in funds flow statement, the meaning of fund will be taken equal to the working capital. So here funds means working capital. Two terms that we have to understand here before discussing the funds flow statement. One is current category and second is non-current category. What is current category? Current category includes current assets and current liabilities. You know what is meant by current assets? Those assets which are equal to cash or reasonably expected to be realized in cash within 1 year or during the normal course of the business, during normal operating cycle of the business. So such assets which are equal to the cash or which can be converted into cash within a short period of time, maximum 1 year, are called as current assets. And it also includes current liabilities. You also know what is meant by current liabilities. These liabilities are payable within a year and out of current assets. Such liabilities which are payable before completing 1 year or within 1 year are called as current liabilities, and generally these liabilities are paid out of current assets. The value of these liabilities changes within 1 year. Okay, this is the current category. Current category means current assets and current liabilities. Second is non-current category. Non-current category includes non-current assets and non-current liabilities. What is meant by non-current assets? Those assets which are acquired for using over long period of time for earning purpose. Such assets which are purchased not for selling it out. This is not the normal course of business. But these assets are purchased to use it, and by using it, we are earning the income. So generally it includes fixed assets. It includes fixed assets, that is non-current assets, which are purchased for a long period of time for use of the business. Next is non-current liabilities. These liabilities are not payable within 1 year and out of current assets. These are generally payable either in the long period or at the close of the business. The liabilities which are paid in the long run, in the long period of time, are called as non-current liabilities. And these liabilities are generally not paid from the current assets. So there are two conditions. One is such liabilities are paid in the long period of time or at the close of the business, and these are not paid from the current assets. So there are two categories. One is current category and second is non-current category. Current category includes current assets and current liabilities. Non-current category includes long-term assets and long-term liabilities. Now what is meant by flow funds? Flow funds means changes in working capital. Simple word. Flow funds means changes in working capital. It means either increase in working capital or decrease in working capital. If the funds or the working capital is increased, it is called as inflow of funds, and if the working capital decreased, it is called as outflow of funds. To bring the change in the working capital, a transaction must be related to different categories. Now you can understand why I explained the current category and non-current category. To bring the change in the working capital, the transaction must be related to different categories. It means one effect of the transaction should be to the current category, and the second effect should be to the non-current category. It means that if the transaction is resulting in different categories, one effect to the current and one effect to the non-current, then and then only it will bring the change in the working capital. It means it will result in the flow of funds. If both the effects of the transaction are belongs to any one category, either current category or non-current category, it will not change the working capital and it will not result in flow of funds. Say for example, you have sold a stock. Stock is a current asset and cash is a current asset. Sale of goods for cash will not result in flow of funds. Or another example you may say, suppose you have accepted bills payables of the creditors. You have accepted bills payable to the creditors, then creditors will decrease and bills payable will increase, but both are belongs to the current liabilities. So it will not affect the flow of funds. For flow of funds, for changes in working capital, any transaction should affect the two categories. One aspect to the current and another aspect to the non-current. Then and then only the working capital will change and then it will result in flow of funds. So it is most important for us that the transaction should affect the two different categories. Now the following transactions will bring in the changes in working capital. Okay, there are four transactions only which can affect the flow of funds. One, where one aspect of a transaction affects to the current assets and other non-current assets. Current assets and non-current assets. Okay. Second, current assets and non-current liabilities. See the tools. One is current assets and non-current assets. It means first part is current, second is non-current. In the second transaction, one part, first part is current assets, second part is non-current liabilities, non-current category. These transactions will affect the flow of funds, as well as when one aspect of transactions affect the current liabilities and the non-current assets. First part is current liability, current category. Second is non-current assets, non-current category. And in the same way, last is one aspect to the current liabilities and other is non-current liabilities. Current liabilities, current category, non-current liability, non-current category. It means that only these transactions will bring change in working capital. Only these transactions will affect the flow of funds. Now we will see what is the meaning of funds flow statement. The funds flow statement may be known as sources and applications of funds, where, what and where, bond statement, statement of resources provided and applied. The names may be different, the titles may be different, but generally it is known as, famously it is known as funds flow statement. What is the definition? The definition given by the Anthony is the funds flow statement describes the sources from which additional funds were derived and the uses to which these funds were put. It means funds flow statement describes how the business organization has derived the funds, has derived the working capital, and for which purposes they have put for. Funds flow statement reveals the methods by which the business has been financed and how it has used its funds between the opening and closing balance sheet dates. Opening and closing balance sheet dates, it's important because we will study here how the business has financed, how the business has raised its finance, and for which purposes they are utilized between the opening date and closing date. Means for only 1 year. Only 1 year. What was the position at the beginning and what was the position at the end? That we will compare and we will find out how the funds are generated and for which purposes these funds were put. The next question is that how to prepare the funds flow statement. That is the main question here. How to prepare the funds flow statement. Generally, funds flow statement is prepared in 3 steps. First, statement of changes in working capital or schedule of changes in working capital is prepared. Next, adjusted profit and loss account or statement of funds from operation is prepared, and finally funds flow statement is prepared. So very first step is preparation of schedule of changes in working capital. Next step is preparation of adjusted profit and loss account or statement of funds from operations, and finally preparation of funds flow statement. So it requires 3 steps. How to prepare the statement of changes in working capital, or we say schedule of changes in working capital. Just we have to deduct the current liabilities from the current assets to get the working capital. Very simple. Because we already know working capital means excess of current assets over current liabilities. Means current assets minus current liabilities is equal to working capital. We will take first all current assets, that is stock, accounts receivable, debtors, bank balance, cash, prepaid expenses, outstanding income, short-term investments. We will add up all these, we will get total current assets, and from these total current assets we will deduct the current liabilities, that is creditors, bank overdraft, bills payables, outstanding expenses, prepaid income, provision for taxation. All these will be total, and from the total of current assets we will deduct the total of current liabilities, we will get working capital. By comparing the working capital at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year, we can find out the increase or decrease in working capital. Increase or decrease in working capital. So just you have to put up here, you have to fill up here all the current assets at the beginning of the year or at the end of the last year and at the end of the current year. These two figures you have to put, just you have to add all current assets, add all current liabilities, deduct the current liabilities from the current assets, you will get working capital. Compare these two figures at the beginning of the year or at the end of the last year and at the end of the current year, you will get the increase or decrease in working capital. Very simple process. But here additional 2 columns are there. Here we also have to know that which factors or which assets and liabilities contributed for the increase in working capital or decrease in working capital. Which current assets or which current liabilities are contributed for the increase in current assets or increase in working capital or decrease in working capital. How we can calculate these two figures? You know, current assets minus current liabilities is equal to working capital. So when current assets increases, automatically working capital will increase. It means increase in current assets results in increase in working capital. Vice versa, current liabilities are deducted from the current assets. It means when the current liabilities are decreased, it will result in increase in working capital. So decrease in current liabilities results in increase in working capital and vice versa. Now we will see. If current assets increase, it will result in increase in working capital. If current assets decrease, working capital will decrease. On the contrary, when current liabilities will decrease, working capital will increase. And when current liabilities will increase, working capital will decrease. It means there is inverse relation. There is opposite relation between current liabilities and working capital. So you have to compare the two figures. Figure at the beginning of the year, each and every current asset, each and every current liabilities. Okay? Compare the two figures and find whether current assets are increased, then write it in increase column. If the current assets are decreased, write in the decrease column. Okay? So you have to put here the opening balance, then closing balance, compare these two figures in respect of current assets. If current assets increase, it will result in increase in working capital, that you have to write here. Then in respect of current liabilities, compare these two figures, opening figure and closing figure. If the current liability decrease, write it in the increase column. Listen carefully. If the current liability decreased, write write it in the increase in working capital column. And if the current liability increased, write it in decrease column, because there is opposite relation. And find out the figures, you will match the figures. If you total the decrease column and increase column, you will get the increase or decrease in working capital. Means the figure that you have calculated here, just deducting current liabilities from current assets, and you have calculated increase and decrease in working capital, this figure will definitely match here. If you compare these two figures in aggregate, then you will find the same figures. There must be same figure. Okay? So, increase or decrease in working capital calculated by deducting total current liabilities from the total current assets will be definitely equal, should be equal. The figure which is calculated here as missing figure. Okay? Then we will prepare one more account or one more statement, that is adjusted profit and loss account. In the first part, in the first step, we calculated the increase or decrease in working capital. Now, by preparing this adjusted profit and loss account, we will find out either funds from operations or loss from operations. Funds from operations or loss from operations. Just you have to prepare here the adjusted profit and loss account. Okay, how to prepare the adjusted profit and loss account? You have to take first the opening balance of the profit and loss account that you have been given. Opening balance to the credit side first item. To the credit side first item, you have to take the opening balance of profit and loss account, and you have to show the closing balance of a profit and loss account here to the debit side last item. To the debit side, four items are recorded. One, depreciation. Second, all written offs, fictitious assets written off or intangible assets written off. That is discount on issue of shares, discount on issue of debentures, pre-delivery expenses, other deferred expenses, goodwill written off, patents written off, trademarks, all written offs are debited. As well as you have to debit all the appropriations. All the appropriations. Transport to general reserve, transport to capital reserve, dividend declaration reserve, sinking fund, contingent reserve, dividend, whatever it may be, all appropriations you have to debit to this adjusted profit and loss account. As well as you have to debit loss on sale of fixed assets or investments. Loss on sale of fixed assets or investments you have to debit here. One more point that you have to debit here is that premium on redemption of shares or debentures. Premium on redemption of preference shares and debentures you have to debit. All these items should be debited. I repeat. One, depreciation. Then next, all written offs, fictitious assets written offs, as well as intangible assets written off. Then next is appropriations. Then loss on sale of assets, fixed assets, as well as investments. And if there is premium on redemption of debentures or preference shares, you have to debit it. And to the credit side, only three items are recorded. One is non-operating income. One is non-operating income. It may be rent, it may be dividend, or any other income which is not business income. As well as the contra item of loss on sale of fixed assets is profit. Profit on sale of fixed assets or profit on sale of investments. There may be revaluation of fixed assets. There may be revaluation of investments. If there is profit on revaluation of fixed assets, the next item to be credited is refund of tax and any savings from provisions that you have to credit here. See again the three items. One is non-operating income. Second, profit on sale of or revaluation of fixed assets and investments. And if there is a refund of tax or saving from provisions, these items are credited. You will get the funds from operations. Here the total of a debit side is excess than the total of a credit side, then you will get funds from operations. It means you have to total first the debit side. If this amount is excess than the total of credit side, then you will get funds from operations. If the total of the credit side is excess than the total of debit side, then you will get loss from operations. Funds from operation to the credit side. If credit side is less than the debit side. Vice versa, if the credit side is excess than the debit side, you will find missing figure here. You will find missing figure here, and that will be the loss from operations. Sometimes you will be provided the net profit amount instead of giving the opening and closing balance. Instead of giving the opening and closing balance, you may be provided only the amount of net profit. At such time, you have to take net profit at the beginning of the statement. You have to add up all the items which appears to the debit side of this account, and you have to deduct all the items which appears to the credit side. You will get the funds from operations or loss from operations. I repeat, if you have been given the net profit amount of the net profit instead of opening and closing balance of profit and loss account, then you have to prepare a statement known as statement of funds from operations. How it should be prepared? How it will be prepared? Very simple process. Take first the net profit. Add all the debit items here. Take all the debit items and add to the net profit. Okay? And deduct all these credit items. You will get the funds from operations or loss from operations. Okay? Very simple process. And then finally we will prepare the funds flow statement. The funds flow statement. There are two sides, sources side and application side. Sources side and application. This is horizontal column. Popularly known as P column. Two sides. One is sources side and other is application side. To the sources side, we will consider here the long-term assets and liabilities. Okay? Issue of equity shares, issue of preference shares, issue of debentures, long-term loans. All these are non-current. Liabilities. As well as we will consider the sale of fixed assets, sale of investments, non-trading receipts. If there is any non-trading receipts, we have to record here. Funds from operations and the decrease in working capital. All these are taken as sources of funds, and the applications of funds are redemption of preferred shares, redemption of debentures, repayment of long-term loans, purchase of fixed assets, purchase of investments, non-trading payments, funds loss from operations, that is loss from operations, and increase in working capital. Okay, it is very easy to memorize. This format because see the sources items of sources. Issue of preferred shares, its opposite, redemption of preferred shares. Okay, issue of debentures, sources, application, redemption of debentures. Okay, long-term loans taken, repayment of long-term loans. Means every item is opposite to the sources side. The items appearing to the sources side and application side are opposite to each other. So it is very simple to memorize this form. Okay. Funds from operations are taken here and decrease in working capital is considered here. Funds lost in operations. It means either there will be funds from operations or there will be funds lost in operations. Both cannot happen. There will be funds from operation or there will be funds lost in operation. Okay. Decrease in working capital or there will be increase in working capital. Both will not happen. One of them will happen. Okay. So if there is decrease, there will be no increase. If there is funds from operation, there will be no loss in operations. Okay. In the same way, if there is increase, there will be no decrease in working capital. If there is loss from operation, there will be no funds from operations. Okay. Only few items are there and they are opposite to each other. So it is very simple to memorize it. You can prepare easily the funds flow statement. Are you clear with this? Okay. Fine. Thank you.